most people are expecting Bora to control things today and for you guys to ride quite defensively. Are they right?
Yeah, I mean, but it's uphill start. I mean, will be again a new challenge. So yeah, we give our all and see what happens.
We got a lot of detail from you yesterday about your shoulder. You couldn't reach into your pocket. How's it feeling this morning? What kind of help have you had from physios, chiropractor this morning?
Yeah, I mean he's slightly better. I mean he's still not okay. I don't know how long it will really take to be back good, but no matter that, I mean we have to focus on the stage, especially on the start will be crucial, and then just follow.
We come back.
You give us a really honest analysis of your climb. What do you expect from today, from yourself, with the hardest stage, I think, of the week?
A bit the same, just trying to follow as long as possible, see where the result will end, but no pressure. I mean, yeah, it was a tough day yesterday. It's going to be an even more tough one today, so yeah, try to hang on and see what is possible.
How do you feel this morning after the efforts of yesterday, after the crash 2 days ago?
Yeah, it was an early morning, so pretty tired, but yeah, it was the same for everybody, so I think that's not an excuse. Wet roads again, so it's going to be a tricky stage, a pretty nervous one all day, so yeah, just trying to get through safe and give my maximum like always.
Can you give us an idea of how tricky today's stage is? How hard it is? This looks tough.
Yeah, it looks tough. I think it's actually going to be a nice general repetition for the last mountain stages in the Tour. They look a bit similar, so yeah, I think it's going to be a good test to see how it feels, how deep I can go actually, and what the numbers will be at the end of the day.
And how important are these final 2 stages for the Tour de France for everybody, and how much will we read into and take away from these stages about you and Roglic and all the other riders?
Yeah, I think Primoz we saw is in a very good shape already, so that's no secret, and for myself I think it's just measuring every day. Actually the numbers I did yesterday were quite good, but it's just not that level that I need to have to go for the win. So yeah, I think I had a bit of a bad moment for like 4 or 5 minutes, and after that I could speed up again, so it's part of the process, part of the build-up, so nothing to worry about, and just try to fight day by day.
Okay, you mentioned the numbers yesterday. Were the numbers a pretty accurate photograph of where your form was coming into the race, or did the crash the previous day take a little bit off as well?
No, I don't think so. I think it's just the fatigue in the body that starts to take its toll a bit. Like I said, the numbers were good, but it's not that that it was like outstanding. So for this time of my recovery, it's actually it was a good one. Like I said, 2 weeks ago I couldn't even push these numbers for 10 minutes, and now I did it for 30 minutes. So we see that there is a good progression, but like I also said, it's still a lot of work to do.
On the last climbs, but yeah, luckily Matteo was really strong there, and yeah, shows good signs for the weekend.
For you personally?
Yeah, I didn't have my best day, but yeah, I didn't really expect to have a good day either. So. Yeah, hopefully feel better today or tomorrow.
Why you didn't expect a really good day yesterday? You've been sick at the beginning of it?
Oh, I haven't been feeling super well, but yeah, that's no excuse either. You have to just keep pushing on, but yeah, it takes a little while to get the race rhythm back and get the feeling back.
What's the plan for today, knowing that it's a bit of a reduced team too, and there's Matteo's place to protect us? Is there some freedom to try something, or it's all about Matteo today?
Oh, I have to see how I feel in the start. I mean, for sure there'll be a big fight for the break, and it starts a bit uphill. So I have to see how I feel, but yeah, probably take it more conservative, and yeah, just try and help out as long as I'm able to.
What do we think will happen today? With the stage of the Dauphiné, what kind of scenario we can expect between the leaders?
Yeah, I think yeah, for sure. Someone that's close on GC will probably be on the break. So I think Bora will have to keep it on more or less a close gap. And then as you saw yesterday, there's also other teams that are interested in the stage. So I expect with such a hard final climb that it will probably be from the peloton. But you never know.
Derek G is right behind your teammate Matteo. How dangerous is Derek?
Yeah, it's really impressive. I think yesterday is different effort than a day like today. Yesterday is more or less one effort at the end. But today's more of a real mountain stage. So I think the kind of guys that you have in front, mostly the same, but also a different kind of stage today.
You're willing to turn yourself inside out like always for Matteo Jorgenson in this case, for his hopes in this race.
Yeah. I mean, it's different. We're not in a position where we have to defend a lead or anything. I just want to hang on for as long as I can.
What can we expect today? Because it's quite serious with those 3 Cat 1 climbs and that final kicker.
Yeah, it is. It'll be a big day. Queen stage. It'll be, I think, a really hard day. Not much more I expect than that.
How can you race this race? I mean, you're down teammates. How do you approach it?
Yeah, I just try to stay smart and conservative, save my energy as much as I can, especially on a big day like today. And I try to use the guys that I have to the best I can to save energy and keep me out of the wind. And then it'll come down to the last climb like yesterday, where I think today's even steeper and the draft is going to matter even less. So it'll just be about doing the best climb I can.
How do you reflect on yesterday's ride and looking towards this weekend with Primoz and Remco up front and G breathing down your neck?
Yeah, I think I'm in a good spot. I feel good. I'm confident looking ahead. I think, like I said, it's pretty simple. I just do my best performance possible, and what comes out comes out. Just keep it simple. Yeah.
So we were just asking Jack Haig there about the difficulty of riding with a depleted team, particularly when there are big valleys on a mountain stage. Is that where you really sort of feel it on a day like today, or you could feel it?
Yeah, to be honest, unless you're in the leader's jersey, I don't think it's that big a deal on a day like today. Actually, I think it's more the flatter stages, the earlier days in the week, where it would make a difference. Days like today, I'll just be in the bunch, and even alone, I think I can manage quite well to save energy. So I think I'll still use the guys to the best ability possible to position me a few times before the climbs or before the descents. But in general, it's pretty simple.
I think I just heard the word conservative from you again in relation to today. Is that because you're happy with where you are currently and would be happy to finish there, or is it because, again, you're thinking about what's to come?
Yeah, no, I just I know my limits. I'm a big guy, and these are big mountains. I'm pretty realist, so I like to just try to keep it conservative and make sure that I save energy. It's the most important thing for a guy like me. I mean, I can't race the same way that little climbers can.
Derek, it's a hard one today. If you looked at the profile, 3 of those Cat 1 climbs before the Horde category finish.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. I mean, never done a stage like this without trying to go for the break or not really going for it at all. So it'll be an interesting test. Hard start.
Is it different sticking and having the goal of sticking right there with the GC guys, a different way of riding?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you're not trying to make the race like if you're going for the break. You don't need to go full gas off the line, although I think it might be full gas just staying with the peloton. So for sure it's a different mindset.
Have you gone back and looked at yesterday's ride, how you rode it, and what did you take away from that you're applying to today?
Yeah, I mean, I went back and watched it afterwards, and I was pretty cool. But I think... just being maybe a little more conservative. Obviously, I think just the day lends itself to that because it's so hard all day that as opposed to yesterday where there was really one big climb. So I think today might be a little more just hanging on for dear life.
Just finally from me, what are you taking away from the experienced guns in the team like Chris Froome, like Fuglsang?
Yeah, it's a privilege. 5 Dauphiné wins in the team, like 3 from Chris and 2 from Jakob. So definitely no shortage of advice for trying to go for some GC results.
What are you learning about yourself as a rider and as a person these days?
A lot actually. I made some changes this year. After last year, I think I got a little bit of confidence from the Giro that, I can compete up there with the best of them on any given day, and then made some changes to try and reach that. Really happy with how it's worked so far. Obviously, still a lot of question marks and still a lot of learning to do, but yeah, really happy with it.
What kind of changes?
Honestly, going to altitude was a big one. I lost a few kilos after the Classics block. I didn't get to race the Classics block, but I was going to race the Classics block. And just, I think I didn't see myself as a climber or like have the possibility to climb until last year, and a couple of those mountain stages I thought, well, maybe I can try and lose a little bit of weight and see how it goes. So far it's only been one stage, but so far I'm happy with it.
Are you starting to see yourself both as a climber and as a GC rider?
We'll see how it goes over the weekend, but if I can stay up there, then yeah, that would be a cool direction to go.
You consider this weekend a test for your abilities, also for what are you going to do in the future?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, it's not the end of the world if it goes terribly, but for sure it's a test, and we'll look back on it with the team afterwards and see what changes we can make and what direction to go for the future.
Is it also special for you to have this kind of team behind you in the last weekend of a big race?
Yeah. It's pretty amazing to have, riders of this caliber with this palmarès, helping me, giving me advice, walking me through it, keeping me in position. It is really a privilege.
Daryl, are you surprised at all with how well Derek G is riding in this Dauphiné?
After the training camp, I can honestly say that I'm not totally surprised. He was really riding well at the training camp already. But to ride with the likes like Primoz, Vlasov, guys like that are, the best GC riders of our current time now, it's he probably exceeded our expectations yesterday.
We saw a lot of that last year in the Giro d'Italia. Was there a lot you needed to work on to get him to this point to where he is this year?
Look, to be honest, I haven't worked on much with Derek. He's done it all himself. I mean, obviously our team has got a lot of support staff and coaches and things that have put a lot of effort into him. But ultimately he's done a lot of this, all the hard work, the training and stuff, by his own will. But yeah, I think at the Giro we saw a really nice, exciting side to Derek, and then we came here with a loose ambition for possibility of trying to ride GC, see how far he can go. Now he's exceeded that expectation, and now we're sitting in a position where we are today and getting interviewed. Can he be a GC rider? Can he do this? Can he be a Grand Tour rider? It's all exciting. It's still too early to tell, but the whole team has really lifted, from yesterday's performance.
I mean, heck, he's already won a stage, and that's big already. 3 seconds off of third place, and seems like anything's possible. What does he want out of these last 2 days?
He just wants to push himself, man. He wants to see how far he can go. He wants to see how far he can go. Can he be on the podium? It'd be great. But I'm trying to put him not into that area of thinking I need to be a GC rider. I'm putting him in more position of mate, time trial to the top, see where you go. Whatever we are at the end of the day, at the end of the Dauphiné, if you blow up, if something happens, we're happy with your performance. You've had the yellow jersey, you've won a stage, you've done well on the mountain stage. We're just going to take it day by day.
Darren, am I right in thinking that it could be even better at this point for Derek because he took a bit of a detour in the time trial? Is that right? He went off course?
Yeah, unfortunately he overshot the corner in the time trial, so he lost about, I'd say, 15-20 seconds there, which was unfortunate. Look, he would be third overall now, but bike racing, sometimes you can make mistakes, and at the end of the day, when you're riding for GC and things, you can't afford to make these mistakes. But, he's excited, he's ambitious. It's not to say it's over before it's over. We'll be looking for time if we can. First, we've got to get to the finish line around the guys and then have a crack.
Today, looks a bit more complicated tactically than yesterday. Yesterday when we spoke to him, you could see that it was all new to him, and he said, I didn't really know what I was doing at certain points towards the end of the race. How much is Chris's presence in the team a help for him?
Yeah, I think both Chris and Jakob are being pretty influential on him. Yeah, they've both won this race before. Obviously, Chris has won Grand Tours. So they're really helping him along the way, guiding him through the day, speaking to him, also tactically talking to them about what riders are doing, what riders are thinking. You know, I've never been a GC rider, so I haven't ever been in that mindset of all the dynamics. So it's been great to have those guys on board. They've been really helpful to the group.
And today, just follow as long as possible, I guess.
Yeah, follow as long as possible. If there's an opportunity to take time on someone, we will. But ultimately, we're going to focus on a climb by climb. It's all an unknown for us now. Very exciting, but we're just trying to keep Derek just calm and push him to his limit.
What's up, Neilson? You tell me. We got a nasty-looking profiles taped to the stem of your handlebars there. Can you just point out the climbs and what they're like?
I know Saziz pretty well. I've trained on it a bit, and been there a few times. I don't think I've ridden all of the other climbs, but 4 pretty tough climbs today, and it's definitely going to be a heavier load than we had yesterday. Yesterday was sort of a easy-ish stage, and then the last 30-35 minutes was all out. But today is definitely going to be a bit more of a race of attrition, and I imagine a smaller or at least a less explosive final climb maybe, but I think it's going to be probably the hardest day of the race.
Does today lend itself to riding more conservatively?
Yeah, I would say so. I think I tried to ride conservative yesterday, and I was just kind of losing time in the last 4K, which is unfortunate, but I don't know, maybe with a bit more fatigue in everyone's legs, I'll be able to do a bit better.
What do you think about your teammate, Sean Quinn? Because I spoke with him yesterday after the stage. He said, you've been riding so well here, and he kind of blew it off. He said he wished he was there longer for you. How do you see him riding?
I think he's riding really well. I think he's been working a bit on trying to survive longer climbs, and he showed he has really good explosive power from nationals, and then even on the punchy uphill finish a few days ago, he had quite a bit of gas in the end, so that was good to see. It's really nice to have an American teammate up there as well. It feels really nice to have two of us in the same team together.
I think we're 21 days away from the Tour de France, if my countdown's right. What are the riders, yourself and everyone else, do you think, hoping to get out of these last 2 testing days ahead of the Tour de France?
I think this is probably the biggest boost in fitness we'll get until the Tour. So it's basically just about going as deep as you can for these next few days, and just letting your body absorb that and hopefully grow from that, and so you can show up to the Tour in an even better place. Yeah, thanks.
It was a good day. Super grateful to all the team for how they committed. We tried. We showed that we are strong, but other riders are also strong, and they were quite good. So today, we have to be happy for yesterday. We showed that we can be there, and hopefully today we can be even better.
Personally, how will you rate your shape? Do you have to get the numbers you would like to be at this moment of the season?
I think everything is going according to the plan. So we're happy with how things are going.
What's the plan for today then? We know Ineos like to ride quite aggressively. Seen you yesterday too. How to play today with this hardest stage of the week, I suppose?
Yeah, today is supposed to be the hardest day. We would like to have a hard race, so we need to see first how long does it take to brake, to form the brake, and then adjust what we do during the stage according to that. Also how other teams are riding. We'll try to use our strengths.
How do you think Ineos has the firepower to weaken a bit Bora and to isolate Primoz?
Yeah, why not? We need to try and believe in ourselves.
The belief, I think, should be there from yesterday's performance. Ineos really took it on yesterday. Were you happy with that?
Yeah. Really happy with the team, with how they are performing, with how they are committing. So yeah, hopefully today can be also a good day.
Will we see more tactics like how things played out yesterday with De Plus going up the road, later joined by Vlasov? What kind of tactics can we expect today? Can you give us an insight?
We need to see what we do during the stage. I can tell you now what we'll do, but yeah, hopefully we can gain some time on GC.
How hard is today? 3 Cat 1 climbs before that final up to 1900 meters.
Yeah, it's quite a hard day. Almost 2 hours of total climbing time, so yeah, hopefully it will suit us even more today.